When astronomers noticed something weird was happening with this star, they sent over 1,000 hours of observation data to some of the world's most powerful computers to figure out what was going on. What they found was so shocking that it completely defied everything they knew about physics. What could this star possibly be? Welcome to my channel. And today we are answering the extraordinary question: is this star actually a black hole in disguise? This is a question that has even the experts scratching their heads, because if the answer is yes, then it means there are far more black holes in our universe than we thought. The truth is, we don't know for sure if it is or isn't a black hole. But what we do know is that something very unusual is going on. Let me explain. In 2020, scientists had been studying a star that goes by the fun name of WR1248b. That's a mouthful, so I'll just call it Bob from here on out. It's a blue star located around 3,000 light-years away. But when researchers started to analyze the data they were getting back, they realized that Bob wasn't behaving like any star they'd ever seen before. For starters, the readings suggested that Bob was only 100 million years old, which isn't exactly young. Stars typically live for trillions of years. Second, its radius was twice the size of our sun, but it was giving off less light. This doesn't make sense because bigger stars tend to shine brighter. And finally, it was emitting an unusual amount of energy at a range of frequencies that we don't normally see stars emit. All of these things combined made it clear that Bob was not a normal star. But if it wasn't a normal star, then what was it? Astronomers decided to use one of the largest telescopes in the world to try and solve the mystery. Using the European Southern Observatory's very large telescope, the team took a bunch of pictures of Bob. Okay, well, technically, they didn't take pictures. Pictures require light. So instead, they collected data on the light that Bob was emitting. The thing is, this star was so weird that even the super powerful telescope couldn't make heads or tails of it. So the astronomers did something else. They turned the data over to some seriously powerful computers and let them crunch the numbers. The computers were able to create a three-dimensional model of Bob, and that's when things got really weird. The computer's analysis showed that Bob's outer atmosphere was expanding at an incredibly fast rate, zooming outward at 220 kilometers per second. For reference, that's about 792,000 kilometers per hour. To put that speed into perspective, you could circle the Earth at the equator more than twice in the time it takes light to travel just 1 meter. That's crazy fast. But that's not all. The models also showed that underneath Bob's outer layer is a core that's actually contracting. It's expanding on the outside and contracting on the inside. How can a star be both expanding and contracting at the same time? I have no idea. But whatever is happening, it's happening fast. The outer layer of Bob is expanding so quickly that in about 10,000 years, it will engulf the inner core. At that point, the core will collapse, and then who knows what will happen. So what does this mean? Some astronomers believe that Bob is a massive star that has nearly exhausted all of its hydrogen fuel. Without the outward pressure generated by nuclear fusion, gravity is causing the star to collapse. Other astronomers believe that Bob might actually be a black hole in disguise. Black holes are known to accelerate the material around them to crazy speeds. So it is possible that Bob's outer layer is being blown outward by a black hole's gravitational pull. To be honest, it's really hard to say because we've never actually seen a black hole do this before. One way we might be able to tell the difference between these two scenarios is by figuring out what is exactly powering Bob's luminosity. If it's powered by nuclear fusion, then it should have a temperature of around 20,000 kelvins. But if it's powered by gravitational energy, then its temperature should be much hotter. Scientists are hoping that one day soon they'll be able to determine which one it is. There are follow-up studies planned for this very unique star, but until then, it remains a cosmic mystery. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave us a like and get subscribed. We've got lots more cosmic mysteries to explore.